and this is Authurine to be the guest host for today. And we had a scintillating conversation in the pre-show, and it's going to bleed over a little bit into the topic that I want to discuss today. So tell me something great, Ira Goodman. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. And Authurine, thank you so much for hosting. You do a wonderful job, as everyone else has done. This is just a PSA to everyone, just to remind everyone that this is our job, and we just have to do it well. I just signed a listing last night from a FISBO. I spoke with them about a month ago. Very casual conversation. Um, didn't know how it went, but I immediately sent a note card, and my note card said, "Thanks for the conversation. Please read my reviews." And I put the URL, and then I said, "No pressure. Thank you." I went on the listing appointment last night and got the listing.
Congratulations, Ira. Lainey Lane, tell me something great.
Good morning. So I just put the final payment of my exclusive luxury vacation in a month, and I'll be doing yoga with flamingos.
Oh,
So, very
well,
excited. Very excited about that.
That's interesting. Keep us posted. One last one. Carrie Double, tell me something. Tell us something great.
Good morning. This is very small but big for me. I was able to convince my market center to buy the watch party for the shift class, and it's big because I usually get turned down. And so the fact that they said yes and I get to promote this community, I am just so excited. So that's my something good.
All right, great. Thank you. I'm still working on my TL. All right, guys. So we are going to be back in the one thing. And because I love this book so much, because it just gets to the point. That's why I love it, right? And we will be on page 113, and I'm going to flip to 114, where we have figure 16, which are the 7 key areas of your life. And what Gary says about the 7 areas of his life, starting on page 113, is the focus in question is the foundational habit that I use to achieve extraordinary results and lead a big life. I use it for some things and not at all for others. I apply it to the important areas of my life. Here comes the 7 circles of your life, right? First, my spiritual life, my physical health, business and financial life. And I address them in that order. This is from Gary. Spiritual, physical, personal, key relationships, job, business, financial. Each one, he says, is a foundation for the next one. And because I want my life to matter, he wants his life to matter, I approach each area by doing what matters most in it. I view these as the cornerstones of my life, and I have found that when I'm doing what's most important in each area, my life feels like it's running on all cylinders. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I've found that there are areas in my life when sometimes I'm living in just one area, right? Sometimes I feel like this business makes me feel like I am the number of units that I have done, right? And I see some people shaking their heads, right? And sometimes I go all out into the spiritual life. So my question to you this morning, and if you're not aware of the figure, it's figure 16 in the one thing on page 114. My question to you is, what's the one thing that you can do in that specific area that matters the most to you, that will make your life matter? At the end of the day, and Bree has spoken about the dash in between when you're born to when you go home. What will make that dash matter Where are you bogged right now? And what can you do? Let's have an honest to goodness conversation. Start us off, Donna Gilbert.
Okay, I wasn't prepared to start it off, but here we go. So, I love this page and thank you for bringing it up. And I love this book. I haven't opened to this page in a while because I know it so well. You think you know it so well. And just this morning, I opened it up. And here was the thought that I had because there was something that was written at the top of the page. At some point, someone said to me, in each one of these circles, perhaps you have a specific person, a mentor, somebody who you look up to, who is doing that particular circle really, really well. And maybe follow them, maybe learn from them, maybe ask them questions, maybe watch how they go through life. That might help you if you're seeking to change or improve. And actually, what's written at the top of the page is pick your prophet. So go find someone who will be your mentor, even if it's just the mentor in your own mind. They don't even have to know, but if they do, it's helpful. But that was my thought when I opened the page.
So when you say profit, are we talking about the PHO or the PRO?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about someone that you follow, someone that you look up to, somebody whose life you're looking at and saying, they are doing this better than me, or they have worked through some struggles that maybe I'm facing or might face, following, their guidance. If you're trying to grow in, let's say, your spiritual life and you feel like you alone can't work that through, find somebody else in your world that is doing it to a higher level and model after that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Donna. That's a different perspective, and I really, truly appreciate that. So Donna and we're in the 60 club, right? Don't tell anybody, right? And I have my eyes on a couple of ladies in this group who I think, oh my God, you guys are doing such a phenomenal job raising all these children and running big businesses. And it doesn't have to be big, you guys, right? Big is relative. Big is really relative. And having great personal relationships. And one of them for me is Jessica Starr. So Jessica, give us some wisdom around the seven circles of your life and how you're managing.
Well, I love you and you know that. And thank you for letting me speak 2 days in a row. Sorry, you guys. I was thinking about this when you said it, and I am a flight risk. We all know that. Yesterday, I was looking at my calendar and I had some time free, so I booked a trip to St. Pete yesterday for today at 1. So how's that for spontaneity is a conditioned reflex per our bold laws, right? And because our number one priority and value is time, and making memories is the biggest thing, and that is how rich I am. It is in time and memory making. It is not in units. It is not in volume. It is not in my bank account. It is in the memories we make with the people we love. And I saw a post because this year's been hard. It's been hard for me. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe you're all doing great and your numbers and everything's wonderful and you post all the great things on Facebook, right? But the real story is it's been hard for a lot of people. It's been hard for me too. And I was struggling. And I saw a good friend of mine the other day, Sheena Sidam, posted on Facebook a fabulous post. And I'm going to share it with you. It might take a minute or two, but I think it's really worth it. So I hope that's okay. I'm going to pull a couple key nuggets from it. She had a couple of big bullet points, but one of the things she said was celebrate everything, the progress, the pivots, the courage it takes to stay steady. Perhaps write to yourself, not a business plan, but a letter of recognition. You've come through so much. This is just a new page and you're still you. That's more than enough. Another thing she wrote, her fourth point, gain perspective, step outside the industry bubble. Look at what you really have. Really look. Compare it to what most people are managing with. There are families for whom the next bill or health emergency will be too much. This isn't to discount your stress, but to balance it. Perspective softens the panic and reminds us we're okay. Even if it doesn't, even if it doesn't, I lost it. Hold on. Oh gosh, I lost it. Sorry. But her whole point was all these posts that she does, and you should go watch her and follow her because she has some really relevant points. We are not defined by the units we do. We are not defined by the volume we do. Yes, might it get us a trophy? Where's that trophy going to be when we die? Does anybody really care about that? They don't. But your kids value the time you spend with them. Your loved ones value the time you spend with them. And I have to say, if you really curtail your business to create the life by design that you want, that is what is going to make you a joyful person that gives back to others. When you realize that the extra money you will get by just caring more about your neighbor and being a servant leader, giving in your community, you won't have to worry about the income you're going to make because it will just flow to you more than you ever expect. So give more of yourself, care more of yourself, and take care of other people. Stop thinking about your own pocket and get really focused and intentional on the time you do have. Don't overthink it. Guess what? We're not that important, guys. We deserve a vacation. If we get hit by a bus tomorrow, either our business will run or our clients will find somebody else. That's a little scary, right? But they're going to do it and life is going to go on. I hate to tell you that. So
Yeah.
why don't you go on and enjoy your life? That's all I got to say.
And James would say, that's a call. I mean, that's the whole call. That's the whole call. There's so many nuggets in there. And for you, Jess, to speak to somebody who is struggling right now and say, just chill.
Take a chill.
Just chill. Tomorrow will be better. You're not defined by the units, and the perspective will soften the pain. Because the life that we're living with the opportunity, 70% of the world would die for it.
You
Right?
know, Authurine, you and I know this far too well, unfortunately and fortunately for us at the same time. When you have gone through much in your life and you've had so much heartache and so much grief
Yeah.
and so many lessons in that grief and heartache, you get to know what the blessings are in life. There is a valuable lesson that other people don't learn when they don't have those experiences. And you just learn that those other things just don't matter. I know it seems so silly because we are defined by them,
Yeah.
but they don't matter. I will tell you, before my dad passed away, he looked at me and he said, "Kid, every day the ground's beneath my feet, it's a great day. Every day that ground is beneath your feet, it's a great day. Go make somebody else's day great, and yours will get even better."
Thank you, Jess. Thank you so much. You know, I love you back. John Kuhn, you get to follow that. Come on, John.
I will try, but it's cute, but that's okay.
Kuhn, I love it.
Tomorrow, I'll be a part of a celebration for my dear friend who is our first selectman here in town. And I've been asked by the family to be one of a handful of people to speak in front of 3,600 people. And his memory fits very well with this. I'm going to read just a brief bit of what I'm going to say tomorrow, because I think it fits very well for me in that diagram. To honor Bill, don't just remember him. Be like him. Be intentional in your relationships. Celebrate people. Laugh at yourself. Show up. And he's been obviously on my mind quite a bit since his passing, but just the way he lived his life and interacted with people is something I'm trying to learn a lot from. And I think as a business person, and I hate to diminish his spirit with that statement, but as a business person and a person, I've recognized that I need to be better in showing up for all of my relationships, even the pregame where we talk about leaving your phone aside while you're on vacation. You know, stay in touch with people, stay connected, and that's what I'm going to have to do and what I'm going to keep doing. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you. And we mourn your loss, and at the same time, we celebrate a life well lived. So thank you. Telly, I haven't heard from you in a while, my friend. What's going on?
Good morning, everybody. So the big thing I learned this year is that they all build on each other. If you get these perspectives, the 7 perspectives, it's really yourself, your God, your family, your business. You have to work on yourself first. You have to make yourself understand who you are, what you can do, and the power you have. Once you have that and you understand that, you can do that and you can share with the ones you love. You can build the relationships with people that truly matter to you, but most importantly, that you matter to them. You have value to them, and you really are something special to them. Once you have that and you have that power, you have those abilities, the next thing you know, your business and everything will thrive. You will start to control, you will start to connect. I will be honest, I had a very, very slow start to the year where I only did a couple transactions. I got 3 listings last Saturday. I'm doing 3 open houses this weekend. I sent out over 200 CMAs, and I'm sending out and door knocking about another 200 around basically my open houses the next couple days. So, I mean, I'm thriving. I'm starting to thrive because I believe in myself. I know who I am. I also connected myself with the right resources and the right people who know and understand, who value me, who basically go out and tell me, go get them. You've got this. And then last but not least, it makes me just fuel to my fire so I can do all the wonderful things and live and give the life that I truly hope for not just myself, but also for my kids. Thank you, Authurine. It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome, and thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Jamie, folks?
Good morning, Auntie Authurine. So glad to
Morning.
see your face. So I actually just had this conversation via Facebook with a friend about, those circles of life. Because what he's saying, he's like, there's a lot of things I didn't learn in my life that I'm seeing that my kid is picking up now, and I don't like it. He's like, so how do you go about teaching someone something you don't know? And I was able to bring, if you get to take Quantum Leap, I know it's usually we offer it for youth, but there are adult versions. Take it, because in that they do talk about the 7 circles and your personal board of directors for your life, and finding those things like Auntie Donna was saying, like finding your prophet, finding the person you want to follow, whether that's in person, book, podcast, whatever that looks like, that does well at what you think. Because remember, like, I think a lot of the lack of time we spend on some of these circles is because we feel like we have control on the other ones, so we don't look at the ones that we are weak in. But I will just be very transparent. Like, I got into real estate from my previous retail management career because I had a breakdown, a legit breakdown. Like, my whole life fell apart. And hindsight from that, nothing is worth feeling like that ever again. And if we can just be honest with ourselves and those around us, like I said, we do need help, and asking for the help. We cannot do all the things ourselves. And I think that's sometimes the hard part. Like I said, we have to admit, like, I am not in control. I cannot do all of it. And there are people that do things really, really well. So like I said, we R&D here all the time. So why don't we do that in other aspects of our life to just make it easier for ourselves and those that we love?
Thank you so much, Jamie, for your share. It's great to hear from you. Kathleen.
Wow.
Hey.
There are so many great nuggets here. And Authurine, I think what's really jumping out at me, because I kind of wanted to say that if we want to be a gift to others, we have to be a gift to ourselves. And what Gary Keller is saying with those 7 circles, and I've seen it through Gary, I've seen it with Jeff Glover and Live Unreal. Think of it this way. It's like a wheel. And if one of the spikes on the wheel is bent or whacked out, right, you're going to be wobbly all over the place. Now, it's okay to be wobbly once in a while because you can't. However, if you need to reset and go back and fix a spike on the wheel, for example, I had to be more intentional on my spirituality and put time on my calendar to not only go to church, but volunteer, because that's my love bucket. That's my love language. And once I did that, everything else in the spike started being a little more unwobbly. And then I addressed my relationships. So if you don't look at the whole big picture, and if you're whacked out or broken spikes on 3 spikes, you're going to be unbalanced. So it's so important to take care of all of that. If we don't take care of us first, we can't take care of our clients at max capacity. We can't take care of our parents, our family, our grandkids. And that has changed my life drastically this year.
And with that, we are at the top of the hour. And what I'm hearing from everybody, and this has been a really great call and a much needed conversation, right? Because we are whole people. We're not just real estate agents, right? Yes, we show up and we mastermind. And James has opened up a space for us where we can talk about being whole people. He models that for us. And so Donna has said, go find your prophet in all areas of your life. like we said yesterday, the greatest force in this world is love. And the close second is asking for help, right? And that was intentional, the way God created it to be. So please ask for help. You guys, you have received your inspiration. Now go put in the perspiration, and this has been a pleasure to serve you these 2 days. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Authurine.
Bye-bye.
That was
Thank you,
beautiful.
Authurine.
Thank you, Authurine.
Good job.
Thank
God bless
you.
everybody.
Great
Thank
call.
you.
Great call.
Awesome job.
Thank you,
Authurine.
Authurine.